Hi, this is Jim Hilgendorf, along with my wife Elizabeth, on our journey, traveling together to a new America. Today, I'd like to talk about and read a little bit about one of my great heroines of our American past, a woman, you probably never heard of her. Her name was Abby Kelley Foster. Abby was born in 1811 in Worcester, Massachusetts. She grew up on a farm there, became a teacher, and in her early 20s, she attended a lecture by William Lloyd Garrison, the great abolitionist fighting against slavery, turned her life around. And she became passionately involved in the anti-slavery movement as well as the struggle for women's rights. In 1838, this is an incident, she spoke at the Anti-Slavery Convention in Philadelphia. And this meeting was so controversial that after it ended, the building was burned to the ground. Abby advocated not only for the end of slavery, but for full civil rights for African Americans. And her home itself became a station on the Underground Railroad, really helping slaves escape from the South. At the end of the Civil War, she helped sponsor the 15th Amendment to the Constitution, which gave African Americans the right to vote. Abby was no supporter of progressive reform. She wanted full rights granted to African Americans and women now. Frederick Douglass, the great African American social reformer, writer, great American, used to campaign with her from time to time. And he wrote at one time about Abby, quote, "Her youth and simple Quaker beauty, combined with her wonderful earnestness, her large knowledge and great logical power, bore down all opposition wherever she spoke, though she was pelted with foul eggs and no less foul words from the noisy mobs which attended us," end quote. Abby spent more than 20 years traveling and lecturing in small villages and towns all across America. Her motto was, "Go where you are least wanted, for there you are most needed." Abby Kelley Foster was most remembered, though, for her advocacy of Come-Outerism. Come-Outerism. It was a belief that abolitionists were morally bound to leave churches that did not fully, openly, and absolutely oppose slavery and condemn it. There could be no middle ground in this moral issue. As in Abby's day, we now live in a morally confusing time. We have a Republican Congress and party, along with a great number of our American churches, Christian churches, who support a past president who denigrates other nations and nationalities, who aspires to deprive millions of Americans of their health care, who lies verifiably, obsessively through his tweets, who really is supporting a Congress secretly lusting to abolish Social Security for tens of millions of our elder citizens, who has been caught on tape expressing his low regard for women, who's trying to daily destroy the credibility of our system of justice, of law, of our courts, of our newspapers and media, who would tear apart hundreds of thousands of children, dreamers, from their families, and the list goes on. It's time maybe we demand our own sort of come-outerism. Today, if Abby Kelley Foster were alive, I have a feeling this is what she would say, quote, "If you have any kind of morality and sense of justice, come out of the Republican Party. Withhold your support or participation whatsoever in a party and a past president bound over at all costs to power and profit at the expense of the people. If you have any commitment of your own to the basic moral tenets of the founder of your Christian religion, then you must come out and sever all your ties with the party and past president, and also walk away from your church and church leaders if they choose to cast their lot and support for such an immoral party and person. This is Judgment Day. Your judgment. Where do you stand?"